Are you serious? Are you serious? Guys, we're getting drinking a little coffee. Everybody calm down, but we need some prayers to go up for Missouri. A violent night last night. Tornadoes all over the place. Now, I know last night about 2 o'clock in the morning here, we had a windstorm that hit us, thunderstorm. I mean, rain pouring, lightning crashing, and the wind, it was hitting our house. And at one point, I thought it was going to lift the roof off this house. I said, Lord, please don't let one shingle come off my roof and protect us. Then I said, Lord, don't forget Heidi's plants. Protect her plants. And so all her plants were okay. All of her plants were fine except one beautiful yellow lily was broken. So she went in, brought it in, and put it in a vase. Okay, but we can deal with that. Now, but the tomato plants were good. The peppers, everything was good. But not in Missouri. A violent night last night. 29 tornadoes between Missouri and Oklahoma. But the worst of it was in Missouri. The report right now, the death toll is at 3. It's expected it could potentially rise. Police are going through door to door now, as a lot of homes were destroyed, a lot of apartments were destroyed. And so they're still in the process of going from door to door. Right now, the death toll is 3. The total injured, 20 in the hospital. And 29 tornadoes in a 24-hour period between Oklahoma and Missouri, with Jefferson City, Missouri. Now, this tornado smashed into the Missouri's capital as people slept late last night, ripping buildings apart, leaving destruction the city has only beginning to comprehend as the daylight broke this morning. The damage in Jefferson City, Missouri, the capital of Missouri, came toward the end of a string of strong storms and suspected tornadoes that swept through parts of Missouri yesterday. At least 3 people are dead, killed in the daylight storm in Golden City, more than 150 miles southwest of the capital. But they just kept on coming. In Jefferson City, the tornado's funnel was wider than its height and hit shortly before midnight, sending debris as high as 13,000 feet into the air, according to the National Weather Service. When it hit, it felt like an earthquake, said some of the residents there in Jefferson City. A wedge tornado that tore through Missouri's capital is illuminated by lightning strikes near Eugene. Also, at 20 people at least have been treated for injuries in the Jefferson City hospitals, and 3 people are reported dead, according to Missouri Governor Mike Parson. Bricks were thrown, trees were ripped apart and twisted, down power lines, telephone poles snapped in half, littered parts of the Capitol. It looked like shrapnel had hit against parts of cars, blowing out windows in vehicles and in buildings. Many buildings have significant damage, and there's a lot of buildings that have small damage as well as very widespread, according to the Jefferson City mayor. The destruction in Missouri came as severe weather has ravaged central United States over the past several days, unleashing twisted twisters and drenching rain, flash flooding, and massive hail storms. Matter of fact, at least 29 tornadoes reported early Wednesday through early this morning, a 24-hour period, mostly in Missouri and Oklahoma, according to the National Weather Service. In the last few days, there's been 171 tornadoes have been reported since last Friday, in about less than a week. The danger continues to reign throughout the region, and tornadoes today are expected. The threat is heavy from Lubbock, Texas to Kansas City, Missouri, and from all the way from Columbus, Ohio to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And so, according to CNN's meteorologist, Haley Brink. So we're going to keep a close eye on it today. We've been praying. We've been reporting on this on a daily basis. And it looks like that the devastating extreme weather conditions has not stopped as we're continuing to see massive tornadoes, lots of tornadoes tearing through Tornado Alley. Are you serious? We'll stay awake here because it was the second night in a row we've been hit with these violent thunderstorms. But last night's was really bad, folks. Really bad. We're going to keep a close eye on what's going on. I'll be back with more. Pray one for another. We'll have a powerful show today. We'll get you up to speed on all the current events going on around the world. At 12 noon Eastern, we'll be live. We'll get you up to speed on everything. We're living in the last days. Pray for the people of Jefferson City, Missouri. They need our prayers.